And just like that, we're back. What's up, everybody? Carolina Keith, regular Keith, Professor Keith. Just Keith's cool with me. Hope everybody had a good weekend. It was nice and hot here. We didn't get the rain that I thought we were going to get. We did get some scattered storms. We didn't get that gully washer that they said we were going to get. If you don't know what a gully washer is, that's when it rains hard in the south. All right. So you know now, right? Hold on, my sound effects board is absolutely tripping. There you go. Nonetheless, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get right into it. Another episode of Charts After Dark. If you haven't done so, please go hit the like button. It's free, costs absolutely nothing here. While you're there, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. We do this twice a week. We have been doing live streams for the world to see since 2019 or 2020. So we're 6 years in, over half a decade of doing this. No hopium, no sponsors, no marketing, all organic the whole freaking time. We continue to do that. We will continue to do that as long as I possibly can. I've done it my way the whole time, right? I tried to keep it real with everybody. No BS. Shoot straight with you. And it's turned out to work really, really well thus far. It could have been better, sure, but we take what we get and we run with it. Just like some of these charts we're going to talk about right now. Let's first start this inning off with Bitcoin or Bitcoin. You know what it's called. I'm just messing with you.
Damn.
So anyway, over the weekend, obviously sell-off just kind of went flat here. Sunday, you got a big charge back, but I've warned everybody about this before. These weekend moves, when we get jumps up or jumps down on the weekend, I really don't want to see that. I want to see these moves happen during the weekdays because typically on the weekends, they just get erased. And sure enough, Sunday comes in, makes a big jump up, and then Monday and Tuesday bring it right back down to where it started from. Important to know, it still hasn't broken the AEMA. We look for 2 closes in a row over that green line right there. 2 closes in a row, 2 candles closed, 8 p.m. Eastern time over that line. We haven't gotten that yet, obviously. We're all the way under it. All the moving averages are bundled up here, kind of all rolling downward. I think you can all see that, yeah. If I put the Ichimoku cloud up here, it's all rolling downward, all pointing downward. Not great. Here's the pivot points. You're underneath S1, S2, and S3, which makes me think best case Ontario here is we come back toward S3 and fade. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm saying that that's the best case Ontario for now. And I'm froze up. Perfect. What I'm probably going to do here is close TradingView out and reload it because I had some extreme issues before the stream started to getting everything to just work right. And I think it was TradingView holding me up. I may have to go to the web version. MACD pointing downward. And while we do have receding sale volume, you're still in the lower half of the world here. And you still have a fair amount of divergence for this thing to kind of idle sideways, which is what I sort of expected. As far as oversold, you're still oversold on Bitcoin. Thought this may happen as well. Warned you. RSI down like it is. Add in your other indicators, and what do you get? Well, you get a mixture of ugly right now with hardly any confluence that says we're going to go flying back up. What I wanted to see from this move was a good, solid hold of volume moves, not just little moves, big volume moves that got us back in the right direction, and it would at least challenge the downtrends that have formed here. And it's got some very gnarly downtrends. I don't care how you want to draw it. Lots of downtrends. There's so much short liquidity sitting up here where these red horizontal dashed lines that I've drawn are sitting. 94,000, 82,000, 78,000, and 74,000 all have loads of short liquidity sitting there where the shorts came piling in and the longs got rickrolled, right? They haven't been challenged. And when will they be challenged? Well, not right now is the answer. And likely not anytime soon. I don't think so. There's just too many obstacles in the way of progress here. All the pivot points are in the way. All the moving averages are in the way. Your Ichimoku cloud in the way. All your indicators are sweeping, pointing down on the daily time frame. If you're going to test these, it's going to be a little later on, in my opinion. Could we test in July? Yes. Could we also bottom out more before then? Yes. Here's Fibonacci retracement. I'm going to go from the swing low down here that was in February to the swing high that we had in May. That was an uptrend. I think you can all see that little mini uptrend. Guess what? She failed. So since she failed, we need to know how far back it's going to go. And that's what Fibonacci retracement is all about. We started the swing low. We pulled to the swing high. From swing low to swing high. I used dash line in the Fibonacci set as a trend line. That set ends up coming out somewhere at the end of August around my birthday. That kind of tells us a general idea of when this particular move may be done retracing. We can also go from this swing low to the swing high, and you'll note that this one is much, much tighter, depending on if you draw it like that or if you draw it like this. Either way, know that we come down here to the 1272 and 1414 take profit fibs, which would be potential reversal spots here for a move back up. But that's on that upper swing low, right? Let's go the overall swing low, overall swing high, and that's what we've got here. So again, there's my swing low, there's my swing high. I use that dash line in the pivots, in the Fibonacci set there as my guide for a trend line. And what that leads me out here to see is that we have blown all the way through the 236 fib, the 382 fib, the 50 fib, the golden profit fibs of 618, 68, and 71. We blew right through them. Bang, 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 no problem. We're underneath Sniper's Alley. And if you don't understand what Sniper's Alley is, folks, this place got its name because of the 786, 886 level that we call Sniper's Alley. The 786 assassins are from that level. We are currently underneath it. No bueno, folks. To me, this sets up more down. And how far down? Well, that's what those take profit fibs are down there for. It's a possibility that this thing goes all the way down here to 54.9, 52.5, and 49, which is the 1618 down there. Those three potential reversal fibs. Now, I don't think it's going to do that all at once. It's already unloaded a lot of money, and I think things need to chill out and have some sort of up here for at least a short while to let this thing kind of catch its breath. That being said, it doesn't mean it can't happen right now. We've seen it happen before. Next, it is of importance to understand that while I say this, it is no guarantee. I'm just kind of going by the numbers here. And if I pull it back up to this way, that 1618 is at 55,790. You already hit your 1414 and your 1272. And removing these, we have yet to hit this big overall 382 fib. If I scroll all the way back, you'll see swing low into the bear market, swing high into the bull market. Use my dotted line as sort of a trend line there. We have yet to hit that 382 fib. It's sitting at right around 56.9, call it 57. That somewhat lines up with my 1618 in this direction here. As you can see, that 1618 right there kind of lines up with this 382. They're right there in that same area. This yellow box and this sort of green swoop that I've drawn right here, I think may be where our bottom comes in. That may be this summer. The other possibility, like I said, is this thing sort of just works its way sideways and crab walks for a bit before it makes its last stab down toward the end of the year. It could be like that. It could be something like this, where it kind of works up and then takes its last stab down. It could also just flatline like this and then go. 3 possibilities, but I think this is our range where we're going to be stuck for a while, between 78 and 56. It is fully possible, last thing here, that we fell all the way down to this 50 fib, which is the halfway point of all the way bottom of the bear, all the way top of the bull, a 50% pullback from that. Now, that's not from zero. That's not from the top. That's from the move that happened last bull run. That would be half of it erased. I think that would be like 15,000 to 126,000 or something like that. Yes, 15.5 to 127. Cut it in half. 50% of that move, roughly 50 fib, about 44,000, 45,000 ish, right? That's fully possible. And if that happens, I'm to think that everything is super oversold at that point. And here's the weekly. You can see that weekly RSI could very well take another stab down here and make another low. It's done it before. It did a double move last bull run. So there's my Bitcoin take. I know it sucks to hear, but I don't think the blood's over. You may get a little reprieval. It may come up and play around here, but this another sort of low volume move like this, sort of low volume move that doesn't do much, gets you all hyped up and excited just to let you back down again. I've seen a lot of people hyping it up, talking about how the bottom's in and we're going to go flying up pretty soon. That kind of chatter is the exact stupidity that bears love to see. So there's my take. I'm sticking with it. Baby steps. We're not there yet. I don't think the bottom's in here till October or November. And while the summer could be the bottom, I don't think the summer will be the bottom. I think the fall will be the bottom. Eyes on it. Either way, I'm here for it. Keep your eyes on. What's up, Justin? Good to see you, brother. He says 786. Some things just work. Damn right, bro. You know what you're talking about. All right, sweet. So I'm going to jump into some other crypto stuff before I go into the top assets. But first, let me check the score of the Hurricanes game. Because just as I came in here, effing Knight scored again. 3-3 into the second. Golly, man. Come on. It's a swing thing. So Carolina Hurricanes typically don't have a very good second period. They're a first period team and sort of an end of the game team. So we'll see. China Matt, what's up, my guy? They said, super cycle. That's pretty good, dude.
Come on, man.
Oh, that's pretty good. All right, so I'm going to do a couple more cryptos here, and then we'll jump over into the traditional finance sort of world. First things first, after Bitcoin, let's do Ethereum. She came down and swept liquidity, which is that blue dotted line. Did you see right there? That's where all the remaining longs had waited, sat patiently, trying, begging, hoping, wishing, praying that they wouldn't get liquidated. They did. She run down there, took a stab. Super overbought on the daily. This was the most overbought that Ethereum had ever been on the daily chart, going all the way back to forever. If you saw Sandlot, you know what I'm talking about. But that's the worst the RSI had ever been for Ethereum, which again leaves prudence to my theory that we're going to have some sort of a bounce in here, even if it's short-lived, just to get out of the gutter on being that oversold. The MACD has been down farther, though, as you can see. She's still trending down, still nothing great there. You're not over the AEMA yet. You're still buried under all the moving averages. Your 50 just crossed back under the 100 with a tits cross to confirm it. That's not good. Confirms that more down and sideways is coming. Your Ichimoku cloud is absolutely 4 out of 4. Nope. S3 underneath. S3 on the pivot points is just about as bearish as you can be. Yeah, that's going to be a big old nothing burger for me on Ethereum. In fact, if I pull fibs on this thing from swing low to swing high, all the way from the last low in February up to the top of what was April, we are into the take profit fibs at 1272, 1414, and 1618 has not been hit yet. And that's at $1,400. I think it's highly likely that we hit that at some point. In fact, we've seen Ethereum go farther than that. And if it does, boy, she could dig all the way down there in the dirt at $1,200. And that would really, really skunk you guys' momentum, wouldn't it? But wouldn't that break some hearts? And I think it's fully possible. It also, the farther down this goes, the harder it is to make these gains back up later on. Please understand that this doesn't mean if it does go to the bottom that everything's just going to go flying to the top. It's not how it works. Never has, never will. Also, if I scroll way out here on the weekly, you'll see we failed this 236 after holding on to it for a pretty good long while. She held tough through there and tried to maintain. Didn't do it. It failed. I'm going to erase that box that blew right through it. The next level down here on the weekly time frame for this thing to catch on to is $1,000. Do not say that that cannot happen. It absolutely can happen. And boy, would that sting you guys really bad. That would be all the way down into the blow off top short level of 2.272, 2.414, 2.618, which are blow off top or blow off move levels of excitement. Boy, that would be the absolute best time to think about placing some buys. It would be brutal to do and very, very, very tough. Take balls of steel, as a matter of fact, but I think it's doable if you got the stones. On to Solana. Solana just continues to look bad. Big failure, big downtrend, lower highs everywhere. Nothing here to move the needle for me other than the almost oversold condition that on the weekly that hasn't happened yet. And the daily chart being brutal looking on the RSI. She's having a rough go of it. Again, like Ethereum, worst RSI in the history of Solana on the daily chart. Again, there should be a bounce in here somewhere, even if it's a low volume, just to at least back test resistance, which in this case would be up near 75 to 80. Yeah, that'd be about right. Right through here would be some resistance to get through, and it wouldn't be easy. It'd be something like that. I think we're heading to 50 bones here on Solana sooner than later, and that sucks to say, but it is what it is. There's some old DCAs and buys that I made back in 2023 when I was swapping from Bitcoin to Solana and others. So yeah, I bought the bottom there and I sold on the way up. Worked out pretty darn good. But for now, big downtrend, lower highs, gnarly looking. It's a nothing for me. Chainlink, someone asked me to look at this one. No, it's all the way down to Sniper's Alley, and that's a good thing on the weekly. And I like the fact that it's got some wicks popping up here on the weekly chart that shows me some buy pressure, but that's not much else. On the daily chart, it's still a flat out no, which is where I want to do all our buying and selling, because you can look once or twice a day and that's it. Big oversold condition, pop back up into nominal trading zone, and it's still sort of holding there. Your RSI, MACD. MACD down and sideways, no help. And of course, if you look at your Mocha Cloud, brutal. It's a 4 out of 4 no from that heifer. So it's just a nothing burger there for Chainlink, Solana, and Ethereum. I could go down the list. They're pretty all rough looking. Is what it is. You know what I mean? Let me double check. What's up, Data Drip? Double checking all my chats here. And for whatever reason, like I said, things moving at snail pace over here for me. This computer is getting pretty darn old too. I have thought about replacing the old girl with a new one. If you guys remember, I purchased this PC because I had streaming issues during the last bull run. It was, I think, 2021 when I got this PC. I bought it specifically for streaming, and it's done really well over the years. Also gamed on it. Does really well. I've got 3 monitors in here running, multiple accessories, a secondary laptop's also plugged into it over here that runs trading algos for me all the time, just trying new stuff. So yeah, man. Thought about even replacing the old girl. We'll see. Let's do as we do every week. Let's have a gander at the greatest digital asset ever created, XRP. I made sure to keep my bag. No.
Bruh.
Exactly. If you need to go watch hopium channels to make you feel better and make you think that you bought something and you're going to win real big and you're just the man and so smart, that's great. It's not what we do here. Big sell-off continues on. You are oversold on the weekly, just about. If not, it's right there near it. MACD slowly curling over on the weekly as well. And if you look at your daily here, she gave the she gave the AEMA a run for the money, but rejected. Big rejection here. Now, we'll be full disclosure here. On this big sell-off, I managed to buy some. I'm only buying this short term, looking for some sort of a bounce here. I think following along with the price action that I sort of drawn, this big down move and then bouncing back up, I do think we're liable to hit this circle over here. I don't know that it's guaranteed, but just watching the price action and seeing how much time this move's taking, it would make sense for that circle to be hit, for the big overall trend line to be struck again. And that would be $1.30, which would be roughly where did I buy? $1.07. Yeah. That'd be about a 20% move for me, and I'd be happy to take profits and walk away with that. I'm not the guy who's going to sit up here and hodl. That's not how it works. You know, I talked to a guy today, and a really interesting thought process here for everybody. For everyone who says just keep buying and just keep holding. Okay, most of the world, and this would be 95 to 99% of people, cannot afford to just keep buying. Okay, we live in the real world where you don't have all that exposable, dispendable income to constantly use to keep buying all the time over and over and over again. I don't, and I'm on here. Secondly, of the 1 to 5% who can constantly buy, only about 4 to 6% of those people ever make any money. So, of the 1 to 5% that actually can keep buying, only 4 or 5 of those out of 100 ever actually make any money at this. Do you really think you're so special that you're going to be one of those guys? And then you're in this whole bubble of other people like you over on X or over on YouTube or over on Reddit or wherever you go. You're part of this whole little bubble of people who think they're the same way. You join Telegram groups to hype you up and tell you how good you're doing. Oh man, you're going to kill it. You're going to be on the XRP rich list. Oh, come on. Maybe you're wrong. Hear me out. I'm not the enemy. I'm here to help. Since I'm here to help, let's go over it. It's the exact same move that XRP has done the last 3 cycles. And if you weren't here, hey, I was. So let me explain it to you. By the way, my name's Keith, and I do charts for a living. Been doing this for a long time. Last cycle, same move, big runs down. During the bear market, you get an occasional pop-up, but all it does is tag the trend line. Long, drawn-out areas of price action that do nothing. A final breakout, back test, and go. Long, drawn-out bear markets that do absolutely nothing. Some bounces, but only back to the trend lines. Breakouts, back test, and run. Long, drawn-out bear markets that do absolutely nothing. It's the trend line, but fails. Then it's a breakout, back test, and run. And guess where we are right now? Same damn situation. Long, drawn-out bear market. You do need to hit this trend line again. It hasn't hit it in a while, which is again why I say it's likely that at some point we hit this trend line. Now, could we go to $1 first? Absolutely. That's the green box that you see me drawn down here. I got that drawn just below $1. I got it drawn right around 94 to 96 cents. But I did add a big buffer zone in here because I want to give it plenty of real estate to throw a wick if it wants to do that toward the end of the year, because I think it's fully possible also. That being said, it could find its bottom in the summer here, just like Bitcoin could find its bottom in the summer here. That doesn't mean that it's only up from there. I think it's a long, slow, drawn out process of XRP grinding away here to the side, all the way over to the final point where it's going to make its move. And here's the other evidence of that. You saw me just show you the last 3 price cycles. I'm not going to go through and show you again, but I'll show you one of them. Buy zone, go time, breakout. Buy zone, go time, breakout. Buy zone, go time, breakout. That's all the way over here in May of 2028, post-halving. Post-halving, right? Way down the line. Way down the line. You're not there yet. I think you need to breathe and relax. We got plenty of time for this thing to play out. It's going to be a minute, okay? It's going to be a minute. I hate it for you, but that's just how it is, all right? It's not going to be till after halving that it makes its big move. And if you're comfortable just sitting there watching your money do nothing for that long, knock yourself out. I'm not. Do not trust these markets. I do not trust the exchanges. I do not trust that Ledger or Trezor or whoever it is will actually give you your money back. I don't trust any of it. So rather than sit there and hope and dream, I keep a realistic, unisolated, open-eyed view of what I think is going to happen, all right? We got to backtest this trend line again. We haven't. I think we get our last low in here somewhere around October to November. It's even labeled right there as low number 2. And you can go back and see the video that I'm showing you right now and see where it says low number 1, low number 2, low number 3, low number 4, low number 3, low number 4, low number 5, low number 6. Notice how I even labeled it halving drop low number 6, because right around halving it usually goes down before halving and finds a little bit of a sell-off before halving happens, and that supply and demand system starts to kick in and everything starts to follow Bitcoin. That being said, it's going to be a while. I'm just looking to get out with some profits here. If we tag the 200 moving average on the daily, which again is slowly sweeping down, and I think may continue to slowly sweep down and to the right, I'll take some profits. If it hits it, that's my point where I stop and say, good GG's, Keith, you made your money, and walk away. Simple as that. It's not time, and it won't be time until much later. I'm going to continue to go on X and post inside these guys' threads and posts they make that's just absolute trash opium until people start to get it. All right. Cool. So let's do some top assets now. Shall we? Oh, we froze up. Oh, now we're back. All right. So some top assets. Let's do first. I want to go over Apple. So I started buying Apple. It was in March. So I got my dollar cost average right through here at about $11,000 worth. All right. I bought and bought and bought. I think I bought 5 times. I bought Apple here, and it ended up being 11,005, because sometimes I would try to buy 2,000, but it would be like 2,200 or 2,100 or something like that. You know what I mean? Or sometimes it was 1980. You can't get the exact number you want, but I would get close. Anyway, I kept a dollar. I just bought into this and continued to average into it, knowing there was at support, knowing we had a breakout coming, right? Based this on the charts. I didn't base this on hopium. I based it on the charts. It wasn't me just dollar cost averaging to say I'm dollar cost averaging. It's over the moving average it's over the 200 moving average. It was on support. It was oversold. See that right there? Oversold. Thought to myself, gosh, Keith, here's a good opportunity to get some trade fi in and buy, sell on the way up. So I got my average in. She ran up and broke out. And as it started to overextend itself, as it broke all-time high, I started taking profits. First profit take was up here at 305. Next profit takes at 309. Profit take up here at the very tip top at 315. And just today, I sold the rest of it for 3,500. Why did I sell the rest of it? Well, there's your answer. She failed 2 times underneath the 21 EMA. I said I would follow these rules, and I wasn't lying. That's 1 close under the 21, 2 closes under the 21. I'll take my profit from here to there, the last little bit of it that I've got. That's the amount of money that I got out of it right there. That's the amount of money that I put in roughly right there. super tickled with it. And this is exactly why you take profits on the way up and you buy lower again. I've got way more I could buy lower with. Now, in this instance, I'm not gonna. I actually took one of the profit moves and went over and swapped it into Tesla. Because again, I think Tesla goes to $600 at some point. And if it's at 390 to 400 now, well, that's obviously a 50% move, and I'm cool with that. While this thing has started to come back toward high time frame support, I think there's still a little bit of down left in it. I think we're going to have the rest of our sell-off happen. And it even may happen tomorrow where we start to get some more green back to the 821 EMA. But I do think it's going to get pushed down into that 50 and likely come back down here to that 100, 200, get tied up in the moving averages for a little bit, take some time, et cetera, et cetera. So, perfect example of why you buy in low, which was right there near the 821 EMA, folks. See that? Use technical analysis. And then I started selling on the way up as we oversold. As we overbought. That's the overbought condition that led me to believe I should start taking some profits. Now we're back in the nominal trading, back in the downturn. I'm back out, got my gains, and I'm tickled with it. Please come up with a strategy like this for yourself. This is why I do it. Tesla. So big sell off today. She did try to hold the 50 moving average after tagging the 200, right? Been downtrending the last couple of days here, working its way down. Don't necessarily want to see that, but it is trying to hang on. So I want to give it a little bit of time here and not panic on it. It is still over the breakout weekly level, and it is still slowly trending up. It needs to hold some more water. I don't like the fact that it's potentially making a lower high right here, right? There's a possibility this thing could just slowly nose over all the way over here. That's fully possible. Now, I don't think that's going to happen, but we'll see. I think SpaceX comes out on the 14th. We'll see if some of that has anything to do with this. I really don't think so, but some people do. So, SP 500 will stop here shortly. So it was a major crash today when actually all he did was fail the 821 EMA and then throw a wick back up. I love stupid headlines. It gets me laughing every single time I see it. Major crash. Like, come on, dude. It's a couple percent. Emotions. NASDAQ, similar story through a wick. You are getting a little bit of follow-up already post-market. But note that you're still over the 50 moving average. And, fellas, look how overbought everything was. That's the S&P 500. That's the NASDAQ. Dow Jones even got a little bit overbought. The Russell did not get overbought, but the others did. QQQ Investco, look at that overbought situation. Look at SMH Semiconductors, overbought. Amazon didn't get there. Google, oh yeah. Microsoft, another overbought. It was even in a bad shape on the chart and still went overbought. Palantir, dang near overbought. Paramount, it didn't go. Johnson & Johnson, it didn't go. eBay, it did go overbought. A lot of really, really red hot charts that needed to cool down some. And while it wasn't May, sell in May and go away kind of applied. It ended up being early June. But, again, let's keep our eyes on this thing and not stop watching here, right? I'll ask everybody to do this, but 2 times a day. When you wake up and in the afternoon before you get ready to go to bed. That's all the time you got to spend. 5 minutes. 5 minutes in the morning before the market opens. 8:30 to 9 o'clock, all right? And then 8 o'clock at night, 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. 5 minutes each time. That's all you need. Any more than that, you're just going to get frustrated. So start simple, okay? Start simple. Stuff isn't as complicated as it's made out to be, okay? We come on here and we keep it simple for a reason. I'm not going to start throwing all kind of crazy algorithmic bullshit at you. We keep it simple, keep it smooth, and keep it honest, all right? Appreciate everybody watching. It's awesome of you. We'll be back again on Thursday. Thank you all. We're getting closer and closer to all this coming to a head. I think lows are coming for the summer, and then we might get another stab down in the fall, and that's when it's go time. From there, different story, different tune we'll sing, and we'll bring back the longer live streams as well. We have the whiskey cabinet right there on the side. You can see it, lighted whiskey cabinet. I haven't refilled it, but I got plenty. I got plenty, but I do want to get some new stuff. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. We'll be back Thursday, same time, 10 p.m. Y'all guys be good. I should be dead or in jail, but I'm right here hanging out with you guys. I'm going to make the most of it. How about you? Thank y'all. See y'all on the next one, man. I'm out. Sky's the limit. Peace.